This is my full review on the ARKEN EP5 Gen 2 7-35x56. It's a beast. At the end of the video, if you'll stick around, I'll tell you 3 negatives about this scope. When ARKEN first told me that they were making a scope that was going to be 7-35 and they told me it was going to come in under $800, I was kind of skeptical. I've seen a lot of the higher powered scopes in that price range, and basically all of them that I've tried, they all sucked. When you go up in magnification, you also have to go up in quality.
Did they nail it?
You're damn right they did. They nailed it with this shit. And even blown up to 35 power, you'll be able to see the kind of resolution you can get through this scope. Stick around, come back, and I'm gonna tell you the negatives about this. But for right now, let's check this damn thing out. Here we go. All right, boys, there she is. Looking good as usual in my American Rifle Company rings. Now, it's got a fast focus eyepiece and it has zero slack of any kind. And for guys that don't know, on a fast focus eyepiece, if it has any wobble or slack in it, it can cause point of impact shifts downrange, which, believe me, that's not some shit you want. Magnification ring, just like the eyepiece, super smooth. You definitely can tell on the EP5 Gen 2 that it is a step up in quality, not only in the glass, but the way everything functions. Everything just has a smoother feel to it, and it feels a lot more precise. There's a look at it downrange at 100 yards. Notice the clarity when you look downrange all the way through this video. Now, it's got a 6-step illumination that is daylight bright. Now, I know a lot of the older ARKENs weren't. They were made for more dusky dawn shooting. This one, you could actually see it in the middle of the day. I'm fixing to show it to you on 35 power. Look at the illumination. Look at the clarity. This thing is a badass. And you want to see something really cool? Those are clothespins right there. Look how clear those damn wooden clothespins are. It has a side focus / side parallax adjustment that goes down to 25 yards. Now here's a look at the vertical track and downrange. I'm doing all these tests on 10 power, by the way, at 100 yards. Now that target downrange is scaled in mils. Here's a look at the windage adjustment. But check this out. Watch when it comes back, how everything lines up. You'll see it several other times through the review, but look how all the hash marks line up exactly. This is zero stop. That little brass screw is just a lock. So once you screw down the zero stop, you can put the little lock and tighten it down. You don't have to bear down on it, but it keeps that screw that I'm adjusting right now from backing back out. This is the fastest, easiest zero stop to set up of any scope that I've used. Now, several scope companies use it. It's flawless the way it works. Just like that. Now, to remove the cap and reset zero, there's 3 little set screws around the turret. All you have to do is unscrew them, and then the top of it just pops right off. That's a solid aluminum plate with a metal pin coming down. When you turn the turret, it slams into that and nothing else moves. There's a little look inside the turret at the little pin that screws down. That's what I was showing you before, where it has a little brass screw that'll lock it once you set it down. And once you do, zero stop, ready to go. I'll lock that thing down and you don't have to worry about whether your scope is zeroed. No matter what you do elevation wise, she'll come right back. Bam! Get it, zero stop. I love this design regardless if it's on this scope or any other scope. The little plastic ones ain't shit after a metal zero stop. Now here's a look down range again, and what I'm doing now is running it through the box test. I'm running it 1 full revolution in each direction and bringing it right back to zero. These turrets and this type of tracking is what ARKEN really hangs their hat on. Now right here, you're also going to see the turret values. What I'm doing right here, I'm turning it up and down 1 mil at a time and making sure that it lines up. Now I ran it past it on the top because I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the turrets to make sure that I'm stopping it where I'm supposed to be stopping it. But you can tell every time as I move it up, it'll bring it right back to zero, and it moves it exactly 1 mil like it's supposed to. Right here, I'm running it down to the bottom. Make sure it's lined up on 4, which it's 4 mils down. So it is back to zero. works like a charm. Now on the windage on the left hand side, you'll notice that I got one of the windage ones off. I messed up and put that sticker just a little too high. But other than that, you can see how everything lines up on this scope. Now it's time. The nipple twister. I'm doing 2 of these. Now for guys that have never seen me do this, I basically started out on 0 and just grab the turrets and just twist and crank on them and slap the shit out of it and treat it like hell and make sure that it'll return to 0. If you want, you can look back through all my other ARKEN videos. It's all on one playlist and it'll verify that every single one of these scopes will do this every single time. Now, as my Asian buddies would say, let's do another nipper twister. Let's do this again, guys. Running it one more time, top to bottom. You can see I'm really hard on that top turret. That's the one that really catches the most hell because it has the most movement, so I'm able to go ape shit on it. The horizontal turret just doesn't have as much movement, so I can't go as nuts as I can on the top turret. Bring her back to 0. Little more work on the horizontal turret. Make sure everything's working good. Again, look at the clarity downrange. That thing, the image is blown up like crazy and it still looks good. Okay, now as you can tell by my comments during the video, and as you can also tell by the resolution of the image, it's a hell of a good scope. But there are 3 negative things that I think I should touch on just to be honest with you guys. The first 2 are connected. The wait time that you have on ARKEN, which by the way, the guys have shaved that dramatically. They put a lot of money back into the company to try to get these wait times down. I know these guys personally. Believe me when I tell you, they're doing the very best they can to get these orders filled as quick as that shit comes in. Now, the second thing has to do with getting the orders out. There's a lot of scope buyers out there that want to be able to call the company, that want to talk to people, that want a lot of information. They basically need a lot of hand holding. If that's you, and be very honest with yourself, then this is not the company for you. This is a very small handful of dedicated guys that are trying to get the best precision scope out there for prices guys can afford. So they either can answer a bunch of emails and answer the phone all day, or they can get their ass to work packaging and shipping scopes and fulfilling orders and focus on making sure the quality is there. Number 3, the hype. Is there anything on the market under $1,000 that's even close? Hell no. But is it the equivalent of a Smith Bender PM2, a Valdata G2, a Vortex Razor Gen 3, a Zero Comp, a Tangent Theta, the Mark 17 Leupold, or whatever their newest precision cop scope is? No, it's not going to touch those scopes. Those scopes are like $3,000 and up. No, it's not going to compete with that. And anybody that tells you it's the equivalent of one of those scopes is one of 2 things: a dumbass or they're a liar.
Oh no, he didn't.
Now, it's very good, and believe me when I tell you, if you buy one, you are not going to be disappointed. But there's too many guys online that blow things way out of proportion. To me, I think that's bullshit. You're doing a real disservice to the people that watch your channel or read your magazine or whatever the hell it is. When you hype something up that hugely, all you're going to do, they're going to be disappointed when they get the damn thing in. They go out to the range, they sit down next to their buddy with their new Night Force attacker, and they start talking shit until they look at them back to back. Then they'll see the difference. Now, guys, if you want to help my channel, this will help a lot. When you get ready to buy one of these ARKENs, use my code Cyclops. Now, what this does, it lets me get a small percentage of the sale price. The price is the same to you, and if you use my code, it automatically enters you into the weekly scope giveaway. Now, for guys that are like, oh, you're just saying something nice because you're getting a kickback, then do this. Don't use my code. Use the house code. Use the code from Hootie Hoo. Use the code from Texas Plinking. But use one of these codes to get the best price that you can get on this scope that I promise you, you 1000% will not be disappointed. And it's been a while since I said it, but here it comes. Certified badass, baby. Certified.